I hope you enjoyed the previous talks and are ready for the next one. And I should also wait until this works. Well, while we're waiting for the presentation to respond and change the pages, I will start with the self-introduction. I'll change the agenda a little bit. I'm Nanar Chahverdian. I'm a project and delivery manager at EPAM Armenia. And speaking a bit about my career path, because EPAM has been probably, I should say, the only place that I've had my career growth and the opportunities. I started as a software engineering intern and progressed until senior full-stack engineer. And then, discovering my passion for management and leadership, I switched to project management in 2014. And since then, I've been practicing and building different teams, managing different projects. Currently, I'm working as a delivery manager with clients and team members spread across the EU, the Caucasus, and Asia. What good leaders do differently? And I have a problem with this. This way, okay. I was holding it backwards. So, who is EPAM? EPAM is a multicultural company, diverse by our core, and we are diverse by our core. We have global presence in 45 countries and regions and have over 60,000 employees. And we believe that diversity brings value and helps us to create best solutions both for our people and our clients. Now, speaking of leadership, it's really difficult to define leadership. There are multiple definitions out there, but I really like the definition from Joanne Chula. She says, leadership is not a person or a position. It's a complex moral relationship between people based on trust, obligation, commitment, emotion, and a shared vision of the good. Now, as you see, the core message here is the complex relationship. And the relationships are based upon communication, right? So coming back to our topic, what good leaders do differently when it comes to communication that other leaders don't do exactly the same? It turns out, after a lot of investigations and observations, that good leaders communicate differently. And how different? They start with why. This is called the golden circle that is codified by Simon Sinek. He's an inspirational speaker in leadership and an author, and I must say that he has inspired me a lot throughout my career and also this presentation itself. So what happens is that usually the pattern that people communicate, leaders communicate, is what, how, and sometimes why. While good leaders start with why. What? Every organization, every leader, every manager knows what they're doing. They're building a product, they are providing a service. Some organizations know how they do it, and very little know why they do it. Please note that earning the money or delivering the product is not the why, that's just the result. But why is the purpose, the goal, the cause, the belief that we do what we do? And it's very important because when we're speaking about leadership, we are not supposed to teach people how to do their work because each person on your team is a professional. They know their job. They don't need someone to tell them what they have to do or how they have to do it. What they do and what they need is someone who inspires them throughout challenging times, through understanding the goal, the value, and the inspiration. And they choose to follow you as a leader. They don't have to. They choose that because you are the inspiration for them, and your why, cause, and belief is an inspiration to them. Another important thing is building trust in the organization, company, team, and this is also a key factor because we act in teams and groups. And good leaders create these by building a common understanding, beliefs, and values. They also empower their teams and their team members, and they raise their confidence. So I will try to make parallel from my experience as a project delivery manager over years. And I must say that a good example here is that many people throughout my career have joined my team as junior experts. And over time, they have had the confidence to try harder and take more responsibilities. And currently, they are working as team leads, functional leads, or even higher, let's say, responsibility positions within my team. Another important thing that a good leader needs to do is that they need to understand their people, support and help them when they need it. Support is very important and caring is very important because, again, we are working together. It's all about relationship, communication, beliefs, trust. Again, from my same example of my career, I had this experience a few years ago. While I was thinking about this point, I was trying to make some, remember the past. A colleague of mine came to me and she said, you know, this project is the very first IT project that I have. And I think I'm not good enough for this position. IT is not mine, it's too complicated. I want to leave the project, the company, and also the industry. I told her, with all the respect of your decision, I don't agree with you. Because you are very good, in my opinion, and all you need is time and a little bit of effort, and then you'll understand if you're good or not. I told her, you have my support, no matter what, know that I'm here for you, to support you with all questions and problems. Go for some time, give yourself some time, and come back to me if you still don't change your decision. Well, years have passed, and now she's with us, and she herself is a lead of a big team. Another thing is that understanding that we are working in groups and teams, we need to accept the weaknesses of our team members and use their strength for the good of the team. You can't always have people who are good at everything, but by understanding this and identifying the strengths of your team members, you can build a very strong team and you can inspire them because you are not creating problems for them just because they're not good at this or at that. Very important point to inspire people is that you make everything about your people. It's about them, not you, not your company. Whatever you do as a leader, there needs to be a belief and reason on why this would help the person to achieve their own goals. Because after all, they are following your lead because they want to achieve their goals. That could be career paths, that could be learning a new technology, that could be building a better experience to jump to the next career. So whatever you do as a lead, as long as you are not selfish, let's say, and you care for your people and make it about them, they choose to follow you. And most importantly, their words and actions are fully aligned with their beliefs. Because otherwise, you just lose trust. And this is how you build trust between like-minded people who share the common values and goals and beliefs, and they are ready to follow your lead no matter how challenging the situation, the project, or the activity is. I want to ask you a question about the point that says, makes it about them, not me, us. Has any one of you have ever had the experience of turning down a job offer just because the project, the technology, was not interesting for you, but it had higher salary and better conditions. We have 1 person, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm counting twice. I'm counting you twice. So definitely, we have had people, right? Because that's why we're working. That's why we are in the industry, right? We want to follow our passion. We want to follow our dreams. We are working for our companies, our beloved companies, because it helps us to grow and feel fulfilled. So having this, I went quickly and checked the values of EPAM as a company. And these are our values. Value the individual, act as a team, strive for the excellence, focus on the customer, and act with integrity. When it comes to value the individual, that was a bit interesting for me since it doesn't say anything about man, woman, etc. So I contacted our departments who have a lot of information and asked them, could you please provide me some statistics about our employees? I would really love to know what is the percentage of women, male, and female employees at EPAM. And to my surprise, I found nothing. They couldn't provide anything. Well, the reasoning was more interesting because they said, we don't collect information about our employees' gender because that's not an identifier. Either the person is a good fit or not. And that's because EPAM values the individual, their knowledge, skills, team spirit, integrity. And it really doesn't, because that's my personal experience, but still numbers prove that. At the same time, the international face-to-face, online, combined training programs and career growth paths are all equally available to men and women. And being a woman doesn't impact or limit your ability to be promoted to a certain position or a leadership role. So here I made the discovery or reassured myself that the values that EPAM leadership has set for themselves, for their organization, exactly match with their words and actions. Have you noticed people when they go on a vacation and they post pictures of their company-branded items? Do you have anything that's company-branded and you take with yourself to hikings, travels? Yes? Yes. Do you have other bags or backpacks, or that's the only one you have? You have other ones, right? Okay, that's good. So one beautiful evidence of showing people are happy to be where they are. People are happy to follow the lead of their leaders or organization, and people are happy to link them or identify them as the bigger part of the community that shares values and beliefs with themselves is when they use company-branded items when they are outside work. It can be vacations, anything. Again, to see how are we doing at EPAM, because I have a lot of company-branded items. I love using them, but I couldn't use myself as a, let's say, sample. Again, I asked our global office to share with me some pictures if we have. And they shared with me this and this. And 100 more pictures of EPAMers globally using their company-branded items all over the world during their vacations and weekends. And this proved to me they are happy with their leaders. They feel united, and they agree to lead wholeheartedly, to follow the lead of their leaders wholeheartedly. So, are you motivated enough to start with why, build common set of values, empower, support, grow your people, think in perspective of them and not you, and make your words, actions, values the same? Does being a woman stop you from doing this? It might introduce some challenges, for sure, but it should not and cannot stop you. Thank you.